Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that someone has been stealing your future. Not your money, not your possessions, your future. Every day, 1 hour at a time. The strange part? You would probably thank them for it. You would carry them in your pocket, sleep next to them, and check on them hundreds of times a day, because the most powerful addiction in human history doesn't look dangerous. It looks entertaining, and that's exactly what makes it dangerous. Today, we're talking about the dopamine trap, a system designed to keep your attention for as long as possible. And if you don't understand how it works, you may spend years building someone else's future instead of your own. Before we continue, there's something important you need to understand. Most people think the dopamine trap is just about social media. It isn't. Social media is only the symptom. The real problem is much deeper, because dopamine isn't your enemy. It's one of the most powerful systems in the human brain. The problem begins when that system gets hijacked. And in this video, you're going to learn 3 things. First, the 3 levels of the dopamine trap. Second, productivity and future. And third, the exact principles high performers use to escape it. Because once you understand these principles, you'll never look at your phone the same way again. In 1972, scientists made a strange discovery. They found that animals would repeatedly press a lever to stimulate the reward system in their brains, again and again and again, sometimes ignoring food, ignoring rest, ignoring everything else. Why? Because the brain loves rewards. Fast forward to today. You don't need a laboratory. You carry the lever everywhere. Every notification, every refresh, every swipe, every like, every short video. A modern version of the same experiment, except this time, the subjects aren't rats. They're us. Most people think social media companies sell products. They don't. The product is attention. Your attention. The longer you stay, the more valuable you become. That's why platforms constantly compete to keep you engaged. Infinite scrolling, autoplay, notifications, recommended videos, personalized feeds. None of these features exist by accident. They're designed to reduce friction. Because every second of attention has value. And the scary part is, your brain evolved for survival, not for resisting algorithms built by thousands of engineers. Most people believe they're making conscious choices. But many of those choices were predicted before they made them. Not because they're weak, because the system is strong. Think about yesterday. How many times did you unlock your phone? Not because you needed something, but because you felt the urge to check. Most people don't even remember. That's how automatic it becomes. The big start with level 1. Level 1 is distraction. This is where almost everyone begins. You pick up your phone for one reason. Maybe to reply to a message, maybe to check the weather, maybe to search for something. But minutes later, you've completely forgotten why you opened it. One notification becomes 5. One video becomes 10. And suddenly, 30 minutes are gone. The dangerous part. It feels harmless. Which is exactly why most people never notice it. Then comes level 2. Dependence. Now the phone isn't just a tool, it's a reflex. Every free moment feels uncomfortable. Waiting in line, phone, sitting alone. Phone, 5 seconds of silence. Phone, your brain slowly forgets how to exist without stimulation. And when that happens, books feel boring. Learning feels difficult. Deep work feels impossible. Not because they've changed, because your brain has changed. Then comes level 3, control. But most of those choices were influenced before you even made them. Now, the cost of distraction isn't wasted time. It's lost potential. A skill you never learned. A business you never started. A book you never finished. A life you never built. And here's where things get even more dangerous. Because the trap doesn't just steal your time. It changes what your brain wants. When your brain gets used to constant stimulation, normal life starts feeling boring. Reading becomes difficult. Studying feels exhausting. Deep work feels impossible, not because you're lazy, because your reward system has adapted. The brain starts expecting excitement all the time, and reality can't compete. Nobody wakes up one day and decides to waste their potential. It happens slowly, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, one scroll at a time, until years disappear. Imagine 2 people. Both have the same intelligence, the same opportunities, the same resources. One learns to control attention, the other doesn't. 10 years later, their lives look completely different, not because one was smarter, because one was focused. So, how do you escape? Not by deleting technology, not by moving into the woods, and not through motivation, through awareness. Here's the good news. Principle 1. Create before you consume. Most people wake up and immediately start consuming. Successful people create. First, write, plan, build, think, then consume. Principle 2. Earn your dopamine. Stop rewarding yourself before doing the work. Complete the workout. Finish the task. Read the chapter. Build the project. Then enjoy the reward. Principle 3. Train boredom. Boredom is not a problem. It's a superpower. Because creativity often appears the moment stimulation disappears. Principle 4. Protect deep work. Focus has become rare, and rare skills become valuable. The ability to sit down and work without distraction is becoming a modern superpower. Principle 5. Build before you scroll, before checking notifications. Move your life forward, even if it's just for 15 minutes. Because progress creates confidence, and confidence creates momentum. Now here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, don't touch your phone during the first hour after waking up. Use that hour to improve yourself, read, exercise, learn, build, create, then watch what happens. Your focus improves, your discipline grows, and for the first time in a long time, you begin controlling your attention again. And remember, the future version of you is being built every single day. The question is simple. Are you building it intentionally, or are you letting someone else build it for you? Start noticing what captures your attention. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Create periods of uninterrupted focus. Read even when it feels difficult. Work even when it feels boring. Because boredom isn't the enemy. It's often the beginning of focus. And focus is where meaningful progress lives. But there's one final realization that changes everything. The dopamine trap was never really about social media, or phones, or technology. It's about ownership. Who owns your attention? Because whoever owns your attention eventually influences your future. For the next 7 days, track every hour of your attention. Not your money, not your calories, your attention. Because attention is the currency that buys your future. And once you see where it's actually going, you may finally understand why so many people stay stuck. The question isn't whether the dopamine trap exists. The question is, will you keep feeding it? Or will you take your attention back? Your attention is your life. Spend it carefully.